In case this is when you're just tuning in, today we are talking about independence. What do you understand about independence? Who brought the idea of this independence? What are the symbols of this independence?
The symbol of independence, freedom fighter. Kenneth Kaunda, Hari Mwanga Kumbula, Simon Mwanza Pwepwe, and the Mainza Jonas.
Those are the symbols of independence?
From the Brooklyn point of view, we are listing, yes, we are listing.
Okay,
so the moment we hear Mama Lenshina, we have another famous lady from the southern side of Zambia, known as Nakoyo. Yeah, Nakoyo, yes. So you find that when we hear such names, independence comes in our mind. So they are a symbol. Then the second symbol of independence, it's the national flag. The national flag. When you get into the details of what the colors on the flag stands for, you know, it talks about us. Yeah, it talks about us. Then you also have the coat of arms, where you have a family, there's a male and a female and the hoy, and the symbol of the Victoria Falls. So to mention just a few, yeah, maybe a colleague also add a symbol.
One is symbol of identity, national identity, that I think has been overlooked, but is very important, and that is having to do with the traditional names. When you find someone with a traditional name, you happen to laugh at them, say, something like that. But to us as Blue Card campaigners for respect, we believe in a name to be a symbol of national identity. So I think as Zambians, we have to move back to our roots and to love ourselves, to take pride in ourselves and restore these important symbols of national identity. Thank you.
Thank you for that explanation on the idea of this independence, how it all came about. But for now, let's just take a short break and try to pay our bills. We'll be right back for more. Stay tuned. Classic FM Radio. Oh yes, indeed, life begins at 40. We are still talking about this independence. 0971494348, 0971494348. That's the number for your contribution. That's the number that you can use, 0971494348. Before we went on a break, the director of the Blue Card Campaign for Respect tried to explain on how the idea of independence came. Ushe independence ni chani, ushe independence ni chinyama bwanji. Chichi independence. Okay, before we go on, please, as it is, do not leave us, as we won't be able to call you. Situnilen konja be direct along at Mulibe Talk Town, you can drop a lovely text message. This one is saying, hello DJ Branx, enjoying the show. Independence is freedom. Independence is freedom. Johnny from John Lane.
Oh, okay.
And then, okay, this one is saying, I'm Isaac from Woodlands, enjoying the show. My contribution is on the symbols of independence. The coat of arms is one of them.
Oh, yes.
Okay, thank you for that.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you.
This one is saying, JKP. I'm JKP from Chawama, enjoying the show.
Wow.
Independence is the day when our freedom fighters were free. Okay?
Thank you, Mr. Piri. Thank you.
That is, yeah.
And this one is saying, I'm Charity from John Howard, enjoying the show. The symbols of independence, a Zambian flag is one of the symbols.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Charity.
2 minutes,
Thank
what
you.
Charity go?
There's a question here. I'm asking, is it true that we have the real independence in Zambia? Huh? That's a question. Is it true that we have the real independence in Zambia? Okay, from here we can just at least
Maybe the name? Then we didn't get the name.
okay, this one. Okay, there's no name here. Okay, it's Scorpo. His name is Scorpo.
Scorpo.
Yes,
Scorpo.
that's his name.
Very African name. Very
Scorpo.
African. Yeah. Powerful. Thank you, Mr. Scorpo or Madam.
What is the message to the Zambian people on independence?
Independence is there. Despite that, there are some compromise that we can say that are coming in. And no wonder, as the Blue Card Campaign for Respect, we are coming in to campaign for this respect so that even the independence issue is talked about. Truly, Baskopo, independence tilinayo muziko latu la Zambia iliko. As we have heard already from my colleagues who have already talked about the background of the idea of independence itself. So now we need to preserve this independence nicely and celebrate it accordingly. Now, how do we celebrate it? It's not about going out there to start maybe drinking, and when people are drunk, then you start fighting, and especially when we have just actually ended having some elections where we are voting, and I know some fellow youths, they still have that pain that no, maybe we lost the power, and to others, they're jumping up and down, to say no, we have won. But we are brothers and sisters. And in wonder, as Blue Card Campaign for Respect, we say Ubuntu is very important, where we need to respect one another. So it's important to respect one another, even as we celebrate this independence, where we're not supposed to take advantage of one another, fight to say, no, you fought me when you were in power, now you are out, I'll make sure I will hit you on your head. That is not supposed to be done. That's not what we want in Zambia. That's not going to show that independence. You see? Now, we are independent. Since we're independent, we have to run as one, where we need to share ideas so that we develop. Since we have heard already to say, no, Zambia itself was an industrial area. So why again should we encourage this thing to continue? This is the only time that we need to sit together and share ideas so that we develop our nation. That's one way of celebrating the independence, as my colleague have already said.
So, on the question of how are we going to celebrate, how are we supposed to celebrate our independence, I think I'll borrow the words of Kenneth Kaunda.
Okay.
Kenneth Kaunda said, the natural resources of Zambia are ours as the citizens of this country to use and enjoy for our lifetime. Now he went on and said, we must cherish these natural resources and then pass them on undiminished to our children as heritage. So, so it means all our people, the way we are supposed to celebrate this independence is to make all our people understand on the need of conserving these natural resources of our country, and then from there we can also talk about conserving our values, the values that we as a people believe in.
And Blue Card Campaign for Respect, indeed, is a blessing to us as Zambians. Because we have corruption as one of the problem statements that we are campaigning against. When respect is restored in our society, people will not be corrupt.
What is the message that you have in conclusion? Due to time, we'll just go direct now.
Monga Mayuts, Blue Card Campaign for Respect. please tieni mtitandizile kuti timekinye sure kuti independence amene tiri kukamba apa tiitenge chazoona na kuphunzisiwa tizimu kuti nanga independence mchichani chifukwa pena ngosipa iziva independence no wanda pena ngobafunza kuti nanga independence iliko muno mu Zambia. So on top of that one, my challenge to both local and foreign investors, those who are coming to run businesses in our country, to make sure that before you start running a business in our country, make sure you read the Zambian constitution so that you know what us Zambians want in our nation. In Bemba they say, Kaipusha, Takoleroboa. So that at the end of the day, you're not going to have conflict between you and the Zambians because we want independence. Tomorrow you're going to celebrate independence, but how are you going to celebrate when our sisters are being abused in the Indian residential areas? When our fellow Zambians are being abused by the Chinese in mines just there? We see these things on television, we hear them on the radios. So now indeed it is a concern to my sister, not only my sister or my brother Baskopo, who's asking about independence. It is true, independence is there. Finally, on the issue of why we need to celebrate independence, I will talk about the issue of corruption, bribe, ichi jala mulomo, ichi salakanwa, sikwala mulomo. We don't want this. If it used to happen or it is still happening, as Zambian, we are independent and we don't want this to happen in our nation so that we are free and free indeed. It doesn't make sense. Imagine a bird flying from the ground onto an anthill, running away from the red ants, feeling that maybe it is safe when it is actually still on the anthill, still on the ground. So sometimes we think that maybe we are free when actually we are not free. But let me say that we have the independence and this should be in actions. Not amulomo bio, famulomo fe utiki independence, batiri, wahana, natukana, for independence, and this Blue Card campaign for respect, we are going to promote it for that. Thank you so much.
What is the message that you have to the people of Zambia? In 2 minutes?
Thank you very much, listeners, and thank you for the contributions and the questions. The message out there is let's appreciate and withhold and deserve independence, because what was before independence was not good for us.
Okay.
But after independence, we can achieve.
All right.
So the issue is independence we have, yes, but what are we doing about it?
Okay.
What are you personally doing about it? What is the government doing about it? So it is collective effort to achieve what we fought for. Thank you.
Mr. Coordinator, what is the message that you have to the people of Zambia in 2 minutes?
My message to the people of Zambia and to our listeners is continue building on from where the freedom fighters, the people who attained our independence, left it from. So let us pick it up from there. That's the message.
All right, thank you. Now to the Secretary, you can give your last remarks. What is the message to the people of Zambia about independence?
Thank you so much. My last message or my last words to the Zambian, please, I will start with the parents. Parents, we are crying to you to say, teach us what independence is all about. We cannot do anything without you. Then to the youths, let me say that even as we celebrate tomorrow this independence, they say delight and also danger grow on the same stalk. Let's make sure we become conscious. If you are kulwa, iyo. Kulwa na, bati hana, ngeba Blue Card campaign for respect. Twakana. We need to respect one another. That is my message to the